Hey everybody, how are ya? It's your buddy Beaner coming to you from Wisconsin, and this is Born to Egg. Today's episode is going to be making dough at home. Lots and lots of questions, people, regarding dough. People are suspect whether I make my dough, whether I go to the grocery store, whether I get it from a pizza place. Here's the thing. It depends on my mood, all right? I make a lot of dough. I love trying different dough recipes. Check this, the store-bought stuff. $1.99 at my grocery store. Got this from a Italian market downtown. This is your buddy Beaner's dough. And that's what we're gonna make right now, all right? Now real quick, I appreciate all of the input. We are rocking this thing out and we're having a hell of a lot of fun. A couple of people I gotta thank here quickly is my boy Mike Hammeister. I'm hoping to God I pronounced that correctly. My European buddy. He's a huge supporter. Love the guy to pieces. You got to check out his fries. Amanda, cooking with cast iron. You know who you are. I appreciate you. Leslie, kicking it on the beach with her Mini Max. Having a good time on vacation. Patrick, SoCal, you know who you are. This video is brought to you by his happy ass. Patrick, I appreciate you. I'm getting this video out to you as quickly as I can. I do have a job. My wife thinks it's important that I work. Probably more important than making pizzas, but we have to disagree on that. All right, here we go. Making pizza dough. So, I've already taken the liberty of measuring these things out, but real quickly, here's what I've got. I've got an all-purpose sifted flour, pre-sifted flour. I got it from an Italian market. It's wonderful stuff. Here's the deal. 00. Everybody's asking about this 00. Beaner, why do you use 00 and why do you blend that with an all-purpose? Here's the purpose. 00 has a higher heat tolerance. There's very little gluten in that particular flour. If you made a pizza entirely out of that flour, absolutely, it'd be puffy and beautiful and delicious, but it'd be hard to stretch. Your all-purpose flour is what gives it that elasticity. If you're going to go heavy on a flour out of the two, I would certainly suggest pulling that all-purpose. Use about 2 cups of each of those flours. I throw a teaspoon, tablespoon in. Again, I try to get as closely to accurate as I can, but when I'm running and gunning, as we all know, that can be complicated. 2 cups of water, olive oil, tablespoon or teaspoon of honey. Here's what everybody wants to talk about. Fresh yeast. Fresh yeast. Why in God's green earth would we use fresh yeast? Okay, well, I'll tell you, because it's fresh. It does an unbelievable job fermenting. I don't know if you can see this. My 2 cups of water are warm water, not hot water. You don't want to damage the yeast. You want to go warm, okay? It does a great job at melting that honey. I put my salt in with the flour. I have to mention that. We do have a teaspoon and a half of salt. This yeast has an expiration. You get it in over by the butter. Sometimes you'll find it in the egg area. Not all grocery stores have it. You do have to keep an eye out. Extra virgin olive oil. I love this stuff. This stuff right here, unfiltered. It's really nice, a little bit cloudy. I grind my own salt. So I've got my water, my oil, my yeast. The yeast is bubbling, doing its thing. It's been in there now for about 10 minutes, okay? This guy, welcome home, my friend. Just picked it up, didn't ask for permission, but you know, the good news is I really didn't have to ask for forgiveness either. So, supported here at the house, which is key to the operation. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We are going to take our flour mixture, and you'll notice I mix everything in just 2, 1 large cup, another larger cup, because I don't like doing a lot of dishes, you guys. I don't really know who does. All right, you're gonna need your hook. Your hook. My salt is in the bowl. Your hook is ready to rock. The flour goes in the bowl. Tap, tap. The mixture, olive oil, warm water, honey, and yeast, fresh yeast. Oh, look at this. It's going to be amazing. You want to swish it around a little bit to make sure that you don't leave any of the good stuff behind. Okay? I'm now going to attach said bowl to my new buddy here. Okay? And let me see if I can do this without making a mess. And he does it, ladies and gentlemen. Who likes me? Who likes me? It doesn't look like I'm cleaning up a mess tonight. It's ready to rock. Here's where we're going with this. We're going 5 minutes. We're going to keep an eye on it. If I don't like what it's looking like at 5 minutes, if it looks a little sticky, just add a little bit more all-purpose flour. Okay, we're going to let it go 5 minutes. We're going to let it rest 15. After it rests, guess what we're going to do? We're going to kick it back in for another 5 to 6 minutes. Okay, that's going to give us a really nice, fluffy, soft, smooth dough that's yeasty. We're gonna cut it up. We're gonna put it on a pan. We're gonna oil it. We're gonna wrap it. We're gonna put it in the fridge for 24 hours until I throw it in the freezer. And this stuff is wonderful. The pre-made stuff from the grocery store, I think, you know what? You're not a short hitter if you use this stuff. I think it's okay. If you want to make it yourself, I think that's great too. Again, it depends on the mess I want to make and the time I've got. So let's go ahead. Let's fire this bad boy up. I'm just going to turn it on 1 speed to get the mix going. I'm going to set my clock, 5 minutes, take a drink of my beverage, and we'll check back in a few. Thanks.